passion, nostalgia, victory. It's a wonder to where such powerful feelings can appear. One will find, however, that sometimes the answer is just a duel away.
It's time to duel!
Imagination runs free in the world of Yu-Gi-Oh!, where the art and concepts of this intricate game inspire the duelists to create their own legacy. Each strategy is unique to each player, each move laced with potential backfire and error, and fortune is bestowed to the bold. In a duel, each player starts out with a limited number of life points. If their life points reach 0, they lose the duel. Yu-Gi-Oh! Relies on turn-based combat with 6 phases. The draw phase, where a player draws from their deck of 40 to 60 cards. The standby phase, which allows for card effects, spell cards, and trap cards to be activated. The main phase, allowing for the player to set cards down on the battlefield. There are 3 main cards that the player must be familiar with before playing Yu-Gi-Oh! The first are monster cards. These can be summoned from your deck during both main phases and have a specific starting attack and defense quantity. They can have special conditions as well. Monsters can be summoned in either attack or defense position. During the battle phase, you may command monsters to attack your opponent directly, given there are no monster cards in attack or defense position. Monsters can deal damage to the opposing player's monsters as well. If one monster's attack power is greater than the other's defense, that monster is destroyed and sent to the graveyard, and cannot be used again unless you have a special card that can revive destroyed monsters. Next are spell cards. These can be placed during both main phases and have a number of effects on both monsters and players themselves. Usually, these are sent to the graveyard upon use and cannot be used again unless a special effect is in use. Trap cards are also set during both main phases and can be activated if a specific instance or condition is met in battle. Our journey embarks at the Dark Side Comics Emporium. The diversity of popular culture is displayed neatly across the shelves, and tables are lined with eager players. All of them are ready to spend their evenings doing what they love, dueling.
My name is Rick. I'm the card manager and events coordinator for anything card related here at Darkside.
My name is Martin.
My name is Xavier Escobar.
Well, my name is Jacob Snyder, and I've been playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Probably for 5 or 6 years now.
My name is Julio Montoya.
Hi, my name is Jordan Armstrong. I've been playing Yu-Gi-Oh! On and off since it pretty much came out back in I think 2002, 2003.
I think around 2003.
Yeah, pretty much on and off since then. Just going, when I started off as a kid, so I, just saw the show, told my parents I wanted to buy the cards as much as possible, begged them to buy them for me, pretty much.
So I got into playing Yu-Gi-Oh! When I was little. The anime, I watched the anime, the cartoon, Saturday mornings, afternoons, and I really liked it, and I bought the cards, I collected them. But then I didn't get into competitive until my first year of college, when I had other people in my college playing Yu-Gi-Oh! And they really got me into it, and I learned more about it, and I really started playing it, because that's when I learned the rules and started coming to Darkside and actually playing in tournaments and everything. So I just got into it because, 1, the anime is what interested me, and then 2 is that I had people to play with, finally.
How long have you been playing Yu-Gi-Oh? How did you get into it?
This is a good question. I'm speaking for myself here, but this applies to so many players. This is a game where it becomes so much more than that. It's almost a culture. It's like, say you're 16, you get into cars, and then you don't have a lot of money, so you buy a Civic and you start pimping it out, buying cool for it, and you just add that up, and then eventually you got a pretty decent car, and then your parents make you sell it because you run into something, then you get rid of it, and so you can't get another car until you're 20 something. That sort of passion will always exist in your brain of like, oh man, I miss my car, I miss my car. And it's because like a car is so much more than just a vehicle of transportation. Like to a lot of people, it's a defining thing. Like I drive this car, you're a Mustang driver, you're a Civic driver, you're a Honda, you drive a Suburban, go take your kids to soccer. You know, like it is defining.
I actually got into playing Yu-Gi-Oh! By someone who actually introduced it to me by not having anyone around to play with. They decided that they would actually say, hey, look, I'll bet you this. You can have this deck of cards if you win, but if you lose, you know, you just gotta play matches with me whenever. So I ended up actually winning, getting a deck of cards and ironically playing games against him all the time. So win-win.
Yu-Gi-Oh! Can be kind of hard. There's some complicated interactions that involve what we call chain links. So when just multiple things happen at the same time, they form a chain, and then we resolve them backwards. So sometimes it can get complicated where things go, but other than that, it's actually fairly straightforward.
You buy cardboard, and you place it on the field, and then if your cardboard's better than the opponent's cardboard, you can win the duel. There's a lot more than that, though. It's not just about cardboard.
It's a lot of playing and just like play testing, just keep going at it, and eventually just asking questions upon questions to try to understand like everything that's involved in this game.
So as a new player, like it can be a little overwhelming, but like once you start getting the hang of it, like the more you play, like the more you start to learn how things interact and how they go, and it just becomes second nature. Like it starts to get easier.
Yu-Gi-Oh's fan base is quite interesting. There are people that are just into the card game and don't really watch the anime or read the manga. And then there are people that collect the cards but don't really play the game. They're interested in it from just a collectible standpoint. And they enjoy the show. We try to cater to all of that here.
To be honest, like I don't like the game that much. Like I don't play it because I love the game, you know? Like I play it because I love the interaction, you know? Like if you ever played a good chess match, if you ever raced a good race, if you ever done anything where you're competing against someone, there's that thrill, you know? That innate thrill and anything that goes into that. And you get it with Yu-Gi-Oh, you know? When you're playing against a good player and you think that he might be smarter than you think that he might know things better than you, like that's a challenge every time. Every duel is a challenge. Like coming here, like it's totally different scenario, you know? I come here to chill, come here to hang out, you know, it's whatever. But like when you get into an event, your mind switches, it switches. And if it doesn't, like you're called a casual, and that's just it. Like that's just it. Like there's casual players and then there's meta players, and there's not a lot of in between. So yeah, I mean, I play the game for that reason primarily. The rest is just because I know it, you know.
But the thing about Yu-Gi-Oh, at least for me, is that unlike other card games where they have like this thing called a set rotation. So what happens is say 5 packs, you can only play cards from those 5 packs. But for Yu-Gi-Oh, you can play cards from like the first set when it first started. So like nothing is ever off the table unless it's banned, which is like we have a list that says what cards we can and can't play. But other than that, any card is fair game.
It's pretty broad because we have people here who maybe 9 or 10 and then as old as maybe 30 come and play and then just hang out and like get to know each other, and it's kind of like we grow as a community, almost like a family in a way, because we all know each other. Like there's not one person here who does not know the other.
The Yu-Gi-Oh community is massive. No, the Yu-Gi-Oh community is relatively large, but it's been dying down since a couple years ago.
So the Yu-Gi-Oh community is actually very big. I'm part of a couple of Facebook groups. One of them is Zodiac Duelist on Facebook. We have about 300,000 members, I think. So it's fairly large. I've been to tournaments that are 1,200 people. There's been 2,500 people tournaments. So it's fairly large.
We have all types of people come to our tournaments, starting with our juniors league. We have small children all the way up into, you know, seniors play some of our games. It's a very inclusive atmosphere here.
I think the biggest barrier to entry to anyone getting into Yu-Gi-Oh if they haven't played is first deciding like what you want to do. Why are you getting into the game? Because your boyfriend plays it? Is it because you saw it on Cartoon Network? Like, why are you playing it? Figure that out first. And then once you figure out why, you can figure out what you want to do with it. And you have to decide that when you go in. Do I want to go in so I can have something to do on the weekends? Do I want to go in because I'm bored? Do I want to go in because I truly want to like be the best in my area, in my region, in the nation? Like, that's all accomplishable in this game. Like, if you have the mindset, if you have the ability, if you have the knowledge, if you're good at math, like, you can be the best at Yu-Gi-Oh!
No, I'm pretty serious. Like here, for example, at Dark Side, I don't take it too seriously because I'm playing amongst friends, so I don't, like, sometimes I'll let certain things slide to go off. Like, I'll let them do whatever they want. Like, if they made a mistake, I won't be so, like, tense about it. I won't call them out on it. I'll be like, it's whatever, you can take it back. Just make sure you, like, just try to, you know, catch yourself from doing it. But, like, when I go to bigger events, I take it a lot more seriously because there it's like I'm playing against, like, way better players.
I like Yu-Gi-Oh! Mainly because it gives me something to do with my mind. It's a fast-thinking game.
It's definitely a balance because it can take up a lot of your time. Because like, what time is it? It's 10:30. I've been here since 7:30. So that's 3 hours of my day.
Yeah, my final thoughts would be, if you come here, try to have a good time. That's what we're here for, so that's what you should look to when you come to the Dark Side.
Yu-Gi-Oh's a lot of fun. Like, I honestly think it's one of the more fun games. I've tried the other ones and it's just not very appealing. But this one's a lot of fun. I've taken me to 5 other states to play Yu-Gi-Oh! So I really enjoy it. So give it a try. Like, you'll never know what you'll find.
I think anybody should try it. Like, it's really fun. It's something different. It really works your mind. Because like I said, like, you really have to think a lot. Like, it's not just like play this card, attack. Like, it's not mindless like a lot of people think it might be. So like, it's very much like a chess scenario. Like, you think chess, like, you gotta move strategically. So it's like, you gotta use your mind, and it's really fun. Like, it's a nice break.
I wrote this down because I was really excited. I was like, wow, someone actually took a moment to try to find out about something that not a lot of people know about. You know, Yu-Gi-Oh! Is not a popular game. You're looked at as like almost like a heroin addict. People just like look at you different the moment you're like, yeah, I play Yu-Gi-Oh! You play a children's card game, you know, like they get confused. Final thoughts is just that, like, anything in this world, you can make it be your catalyst. You can make it be your lifeline. You can make it be your love. You can make it be your passion. Like, anything in this world. Like, the moment you say to yourself, like, there's nothing I want to do here. Like, there's nothing that excites me. Like, you're in a troubled spot. And, like, you're going to have some mental illness in that way. Like, and until, like, you are able to apply yourself to something, whether that's a person, whether that's a mission, whether it's an objective, whether it's a project, whether it's a culture, whether it's a game, like, the moment you find something, that's what makes us, like, want to live. That's what makes us want to get up the next day. And, like, final thoughts is just find something, and don't let it go.
Yu-Gi-Oh! Is something to behold. It has become a beloved franchise and continues to shine through to people of all ages. Upheld by a strong sense of community, bonded by the ties of both nostalgia and wonder, and kept alive by the spirit of its players, Yu-Gi-Oh! Has captured what it truly means to be a duelist.
Your move, your move, your move.